Welcome to Dive Zone, your space to go deeper into English, one episode at a time. If you're enjoying the journey, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a deep dive into language learning.
Let them theory. That's what we're diving into today. I've seen it floating all over social media, in reels, TikToks, quotes, everywhere. But honestly, it stopped me in my tracks. Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Sam, and I'm here with Lily.
Hi, friends. I'm really excited about this episode because the let them theory has personally changed the way I relate to people. Before we start, quick reminder, if you're here to improve your English, stay until the end. We'll explain all the expressions and phrasal verbs we use. And don't forget to grab the PDF in the description. It'll help you review today's content and reflect on your own journey.
All right. So Lily, let them. Those two words feel so small, but the impact? Huge. What does this theory actually mean to you?
To me, it means releasing control. It means you stop trying to convince, correct, chase, or change anyone. If someone wants to leave your life, let them. If they want to talk badly about you, let them. If they don't value you, let them.
And it's so different from how we're taught. Growing up, we're told to fight for friendships, fix misunderstandings, prove our worth.
Exactly. We're taught to manage people's perceptions of us. But the let them theory flips that. It says, let people misunderstand you. Let them choose their version of you. Because when you stop explaining yourself, you start preserving yourself.
Wow. I think we waste so much time trying to keep everyone comfortable.
We do. And that's where burnout comes from. Not just physical burnout, but emotional burnout. Trying to make people love you in the way you love them, that's a recipe for suffering.
I had this one friend. We were close, but every time we'd meet up, I'd leave feeling small, like I wasn't enough. She'd subtly insult me. Or she'd celebrate others, but never me.
And yet you stayed in the friendship, right?
Yeah. I thought maybe if I became more successful, or more fun, she'd treat me better. I was constantly adjusting myself.
But the truth is, her behavior was saying everything. The let them theory teaches you to stop negotiating your value. If someone consistently minimizes you, you don't try to be bigger. You let them go.
And that silence, after you let someone go, it's hard.
It is. But that silence is also where healing happens. Because you stop trying to be chosen, and you start choosing yourself.
What about people who just drift? Like they don't hurt you on purpose, but they slowly pull away.
You let them too. Drifting is a form of choice. It's quiet, but it's real. And instead of chasing that closeness, you let them drift. And you use that space to return to yourself.
It makes me think, how many people are we holding on to just because we're scared of the space they'd leave behind?
So many. And we confuse comfort with connection. But true connection doesn't need chasing. It flows.
I'm really feeling this. Okay, what about when someone talks behind your back, but acts nice to your face?
Let them. The truth always surfaces. And when it does, you'll already be at peace because you never relied on that person emotionally.
That takes so much restraint. Not reacting, not confronting.
But it also takes strength and self-trust. It's not about weakness. It's about valuing your energy. Every time you react, you give your power away.
So we stay quiet, not because we're scared, but because we've grown.
Exactly. And growth always involves letting go. Of habits, of people, of ideas that no longer serve us.
This is already making me rethink how I handle relationships, especially the ones that feel one-sided.
Those are the ones you start with. Let them stop trying. Let them go silent. Let them not show up. And then you decide, do I still want to carry this weight?
I think I've been carrying too much for too long.
Most of us have. But awareness is the first step. And from here, everything can change.
Let's stay in this. I want to go deeper. What does it look like to live this theory in your day-to-day life?
It starts with small choices. Like not double texting someone who hasn't replied. Or choosing not to explain yourself to someone who already made up their mind.
What about boundaries? Are they part of this?
Definitely. Boundaries are what keep you from constantly trying to fix people If someone keeps overstepping, you don't argue. You set a boundary. And if they don't respect it, you let them.
I remember one time I told someone I didn't like being teased about something personal. They laughed and did it again next time.
That's your sign. You spoke up. They ignored it. You don't keep teaching them. You let them. And then you distance yourself.
It feels so freeing to hear it put like this, like I have permission to stop trying so hard.
Because you do. And when you stop trying to control other people's behavior, you start reclaiming your peace.
So what's the balance between patience and letting go? How do you know when to try again or when to walk away?
You listen to the pattern. One mistake can be forgiven. But a pattern, that's who they are. And if that pattern hurts you, then your peace matters more.
So it's not about being cold. It's about being clear.
Exactly. You can love someone deeply and still let them go. You can wish them well and walk away. It's not either or.
I think this hits even harder in romantic relationships.
Yes, because in love, we tend to hold on the tightest. We remember the good times. We replay the promises, and we think if we just stay, maybe they'll change.
I've done that. Waited for someone to change. Given them time, chances.
And it only drained you. The let them theory says, if they want to stay inconsistent, let them. If they can't communicate, let them. If they don't show up with love, let them.
And if they come back after you've let them,
then you observe. Don't just listen to words, watch actions. If they've grown, you'll see it. If they haven't, the pattern will repeat.
I love that. Watch the pattern.
The pattern tells the truth, every time.
So, how do you handle the grief? The feeling of loss after letting someone go?
You let yourself feel it. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care. It just means you care about yourself too. You cry, you miss them, you remember. But you don't go back.
It's like detox. Painful at first, but necessary.
That's the perfect word. Emotional detox. You remove the toxic pattern. And eventually, peace replaces the pain.
It makes me wonder, why do we chase people who clearly don't care?
Because part of us is still trying to heal an old wound. Maybe we were ignored as kids. Maybe we were taught love has to be earned. So we try to earn it again and again.
And the let them theory interrupts that cycle.
Yes, it says, you don't have to prove your worth. You just have to see who's willing to meet you in the middle.
Do you think it's possible to let people go with love, not anger?
Absolutely. In fact, that's the most powerful way. You say, I love you, but I love me too, and this no longer serves either of us.
I've been letting people go in my head, but not in my heart.
That's okay. It takes time. But even starting with one small step, less texting, less overthinking, more distance, that's letting go.
So letting go is not just an action, it's a mindset.
Yes, it's the daily choice to not chase what's not choosing you.
That's a line I'm going to keep repeating to myself. Don't chase what's not choosing you. That's the core of it. If it's for you, it flows. If it's forced, it's not love.
Okay, everyone. Now it's time to learn some English. We used a lot of powerful expressions and phrasal verbs today, so let's go over them together.
And remember, everything we're about to explain is also in the PDF. You can download it and practice with examples. There's also a reflection activity inside.
Let's start with the phrase, let them. It's the core of today's message. When you say let them, you mean you're choosing not to fight for control over others' behavior. You let people act how they want, and you respond with peace.
Like when someone doesn't invite you to something. Instead of asking why, you just say, okay, let them. You're choosing not to take it personally or chase them.
Exactly. Now, we also used double texting. That's when you send more than one message because someone hasn't replied to your first one.
I've definitely done that. Like, hey, just checking in again. 5 hours after the first text. And when they still don't reply, you feel worse.
Yes? The let them mindset would say, don't double text. If they want to reply, they will.
The next one was pull away. That means someone starts becoming emotionally distant. Like when a friend suddenly stops talking or sharing things with you.
Right. Example. After the argument, she started to pull away. She wasn't replying like she used to.
And then we talked about ghost or ghosting. This is very common in modern relationships. It means someone disappears without explanation.
Yep, like, we went on 2 dates and then he ghosted me. No text, no goodbye, just silence.
The next one is one of my favorites. Emotional detox. It's a way to describe clearing out unhealthy emotional habits or relationships.
Yes. You could say, I've been doing an emotional detox, unfollowing people who drain me and spending more time with myself.
Next is set boundaries. This is when you clearly tell someone how they can treat you to protect your emotional space.
Example, I had to set a boundary with my boss. No work messages after 7 p.m. It's not rude, it's healthy.
Then there's the metaphor, pouring into empty cups. That one really stuck with people. It means giving your energy to people who give nothing back.
You could say, I kept helping her, listening to her problems, being there for her, but she never did the same for me. I was pouring into an empty cup.
The next one is drift away. This is a softer way of saying someone slowly grows distant from you.
Like, we used to be so close, but after college, we just drifted away. It wasn't a fight. It just happened over time.
We also used observe the pattern. This is so powerful. Instead of listening to someone's excuses, you just watch what they consistently do.
A good example is, he always promises to change, but never follows through. I started observing the pattern instead of believing his words.
Then we said, walk away. That's when you choose to leave something that's not good for you anymore.
For example, after months of trying to fix the friendship, I finally walked away. It was hard, but it was right.
We talked about chasing approval too. That means always trying to get someone to accept you or see your worth.
Like, I used to dress a certain way just to get my ex's attention. I was chasing his approval instead of being myself.
And then, emotional strength. This is the ability to stay calm, stay grounded, even when things are hard.
Example. It took emotional strength not to respond to that hurtful message. I just let it go.
We also said this line that I love. Stay quiet, not because you're scared, but because you've grown. That's when you choose silence over drama, not because you're weak, but because you're peaceful.
And that kind of silence speaks louder than any reaction.
It's hard sometimes, but it's also so powerful.
So if you're learning English through our podcast, these expressions are great tools. They help you talk about real emotions and relationships in a natural way.
And because we're always here to help, the PDF includes everything we just said. There's a list of the expressions, their meanings, example sentences, and even a short reflection journal.
Use it to practice. Maybe even try writing a few sentences with the phrases we explained today. And think about, who are you still chasing? Who do you need to let go of?
And don't forget, the goal is not to become cold or distant. The goal is to become peaceful.
Peaceful, clear, and grounded.
So if someone's not choosing you, not respecting your time, or not treating you with love,
let them...
and choose yourself instead.
Always.
Let them.
Thanks for watching Dive English Zone. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, drop a comment below, and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of our upcoming lessons. See you in the next one.